if you're watching this, there's maybe a part of you, maybe even a little voice inside of you that's finally done chasing the narcissist. You're exhausted, drained, you've given chances, explanations, empathy, understanding, and enough's enough. And you're standing on the edge of letting go. But what happens when you stop chasing? You stop texting, when you stop justifying, stop begging them to see your worth. Want to know? Watch this video. Hello, my friends, and welcome back. I hope that you're all doing really well. So in this video, we're going to be looking at what happens when you stop chasing the narcissist. When you are like, well, do you know what? This is just pointless. This is just completely stupid. I'm not going to be doing this anymore. And you're kind of like, and I know it's hurtful, and I know that where you are, this is really challenging, it's really upsetting, and you're like, what do I do? Where do I go from here? Is this all in my head? Have I made this up? But that's what this video is about. Because when you stop chasing the narcissist, something powerful begins to unfold. And it's nothing to do with them. It's everything to do with you. So one thing that you have to realize is the narcissist's control depends on you chasing them. First, you know what? Let's be real. Narcissists thrive on chase, on you chasing them, on you keep giving them validation, your attention, your energy, your emotional reaction. It's fuel to them. That's what keeps this cycle going. They push you away. They breadcrumb you, and then they expect you to come to them. Just enough to pull you back in so that you don't leave. And they call this love. No, my friends, no. This isn't love. This is control. The moment you stop chasing, you break that rhythm. You disrupt that dynamic. You say, no, I'm no longer available to be doing this. And this, my friends, makes you very powerful in ways that you cannot imagine. So their reactions, what are they going to do next? What happened? So it's usually three things that are going to happen. Okay, my friends. So the first thing is definitely going to be the hoovering. Oh, yes. They're going to try and convince you that they're going to be nice or they're going to be nasty. So they're going to try and convince you to say that, no, this isn't how it is. You're too sensitive. Like, you're not seeing this in the right way. There's going to be apologies. There's going to be fake self-awareness that they're sorry, that they're going to change, that it's not how you're seeing it. Like, you've made a mistake. And this is called a hoover. It's like a vacuum. Basically, it's to try and suck you back in. But remember, hoovering isn't healing. It's manipulation disguised as charm. The next thing they're going to do when the hoovering doesn't work, when you're not listening, when you're not conforming and performing the way that you used to, they're going to lash out. They're going to go nuts. They're going to be so angry at you, and that they're going to blame you. They're going to project everything onto you. They're going to say that you're dumb, that you're stupid, that how could you be seeing it like this? Like, how could you possibly say that they would be doing things like this? They're going to be cold. They're going to be selfish, very ungrateful. And the reason why they do this is because their ego is panicking at this moment. Oh, yes, my friends, their ego is panicking because they know that they're losing their grip over you. And again, why does this matter? Why is this so important? And I really want you to understand this, right? When someone relies on someone else's attention, validation, external validation from others, this, you've got to remember, this puts them in a weakened position, because when you want something from someone else, you're relying on that other person's reactions towards you. And when you're not getting that, okay, when you rely on someone else, that puts you in a very vulnerable position. So you're going to do everything that you can to try and convince that person to see you, to see your worth, to believe in you, to believe your worth. And the narcissist figures that out, figures out what they can do, what works, because everybody's different. So different things are going to work on different people. So they use your triggers against you. Now, when they realize that those triggers, those behavioral points don't work anymore, then that becomes an issue. That's why they're panicking. That's why they are lashing out. That's why they're being cold and nasty, because they're thinking, okay, if I've been nice, and that didn't work. Well, then now I've got to be nasty. Surely that will work. Surely that will scare them into submission. And when it doesn't work, it terrifies them. The third thing that they will do is they're going to go silent. They are going to go ghost mode. No contact, cold, distant, hiding, and it feels like abandonment. So when those of us who have got abandonment wounds, even rejection wounds, this is going to tap into that. And this is where it's going to make it really challenging, and you're going to feel like you're the issue. And the narcissist is hoping that you are going to be scrambling around trying to get them back, trying to get their attention. And they're banking on this. They are really hoping that you do this. And you see, this is another factor, that they only valued the chase, not you. They only valued what you could give them, not you as a person. So what happens to you? The shift. Now here's where the real magic begins, my friends. Oh yes, the real magic. When you stop chasing them, you start healing. Your nervous system regulates. No more highs and lows, no more cortisol, and your body starts to breathe again. And then what happens? You start to rebuild your self-worth without their narrative echoing in your ears. Your voice starts to come back. You start asking, what do I want? What is it about me? What do I want? And the answers, funnily enough, my friends, always revolve around, I don't want the narcissist anymore. And that's what we tend to think about, is that we don't want them anymore. Then they're just not good enough. And clarity returns. The more distance that you have, the more time and space that you take for yourself, the more clarity you have in this situation. And you begin to realize that this person was not who they said they were. This person is not that. You see the manipulation for what it was. You stop romanticizing them and the chase. You remember who you were before the narcissist. So, my friends, you may not feel it now, but every step away from the narcissist is coming back to you, to your intuition, to your power, to your personality. You don't need closure from them. You don't need to understand why, what, and when. What you understand is that this person is narcissistic, and that this person is never going to change. Things are never going to be different. They are who they are, and that's it. Because now what you're doing is you're filling your own light. That light that has always been there, but has been dimmed or taken away from you, from the narcissist. So my friends, if any of this has resonated with you and you would like further support or help on moving forward or coming home to yourself, please know that I do offer one-to-one consultations. Please see the description box below for more details. I also go live on this channel once a week. Please do check out the community tab for more details. If you have liked this video, please do give it a thumbs up. And if you haven't already, please consider subscribing to the channel. I would really, really appreciate your subscription. Guys, thank you so much for watching, and I hope to see you in the next video. Goodbye.